Tansi everyone, and welcome to Keeping It Real's new series Impact, where we take you firsthand to see the impact the resource industry is having on our environment. Today we are on the site of a 10-year-old natural gas pipeline, and as you can see behind me, there has been little regrowth in the way of trees since the pipeline has been put in. Now, while this is good for the pipeline, it's not so good for the animal habitat. On the surface, the soil disturbance caused by the pipeline being put in has left a large swath through the forest. Now, while this does some good in the case of making browsing easier for deer and others, it also makes those same animals easier targets for hunters. It also makes it easier for people to penetrate further into the animal habitat with off-road vehicles. Now, while I'm a hunter and do a fair bit of trail riding, I'm not a fan of the modern movement of long-range shooting that is popular today. Sadly, most hunters lack the skill to make ethical kills. The ease of access of pipelines has also created a much lazier hunter than ever before. We have off-road vehicles that can take a hunter miles into the woods now because most are not in good enough shape to simply walk that far and don't have the skills required to hunt an animal without that aid. Pipelines have transformed the hunt into more of an ambush. Hunters sit on the edge of these open spaces and wait for game to walk out into the opening. Now, the deer and the moose have little choice but to access the pipeline as it intersects their entire habitat. The pipeline opens up a straight line through the woods, and a hunter is able to shoot in 600 yards in either direction of their ambush point, depending on the terrain. Now, below the surface, I'm standing on a ticking time bomb. The most advanced technology today in regards to pipelines can detect a pin-sized hole leak in the pipeline. But think of that for a moment. A pinhole sized is not very big, but a leak is still a leak. Now, the pipeline is not having the latest in technology, so how long would it be leaking until someone noticed? Chances are far too long. Sadly, this is what passes for the legal standard of environmental protection today. As this pipeline has been in the ground for a while, we simply have no way of knowing the exterior corrosion rate this line has suffered. It's simply rusting away under our ground, under my feet, out of sight, out of mind, basically a ticking time bomb, waiting for that frost heave or some unattentive quarter to cause a rupture. Now, before you go thinking that for all the benefits that come from natural gas and oil, and if this pipeline was to leak out here, no one would be hurt, that might be true. But these same lines run through your towns and cities as well as out here. So you're no safer in suburbia from a pipeline leak than that of a deer or a bear out here today. So while all depends on this gas, we all depend on this gas that the pipeline is carrying, we need to demand more. In the year 2017, when we are working to send people to Mars, maybe, just maybe, someone could develop a way to protect us, our water, and our environment from a pipeline leak before it happens. Thanks for tuning in to Keeping It Real's Impact. I'm your host, Jay. If you like this episode, hit the like button, leave a comment or suggestion on other episodes, and please subscribe and share with your friends. Until next time, keep it real.